You're watching Let's Chat.
AFS Foundation and waterproofing specialists are here in the studio today to tell us about your biggest investment, yes, your home. So good to see you today, John Brandon, certified field inspector. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about AFS. What do they do?
So AFS is a foundation and waterproofing company. So we have locations throughout the Southeast, and under the Groundworks umbrella, it's a nationwide company with about 60 branches.
So why is this important, foundation waterproofing? I mean, that might be a no-brainer to you since you do it, but maybe tell our viewers about that.
Well, the issues that we deal with are the number one issues that are going to reduce value in your house. So we deal with basement homes that might be leaking. We deal with crawl spaces that may have mold growth, but most commonly we deal with foundation issues, sagging floors on the inside of the home, or perimeter foundation damage that's causing cracks in the house. So these are big issues that homeowners need to be aware of, and that certainly affect resale value.
Well, speaking of resale value, there's been an influx of people moving to Chattanooga that's made national headlines. Everyone's coming to Tennessee. Can't imagine why. So talk to us about what local homeowners need to know about the real estate market here, and maybe how your job partakes in that.
Yeah, so I grew up in Chattanooga, and the real estate market is nowhere what it was back in the 90s. It has changed significantly even in the past 5-10 years.
Right.
Even after COVID, where remote workers are moving to town, still keeping their remote jobs, but they're living in Chattanooga. Obviously what that means is that there are not enough houses and prices have gone up. So we're having to face challenges that we didn't otherwise have to face before the market hit such a boom. But one of the big things is that these buyers are picky, and they want inspections done on their house, and inspectors are going to find issues and bring them up to the buyers, typically that have to do with waterproofing and foundation issues, and it's what scares buyers off. So our company deals with those issues that can help homeowners make sure that they're getting maximum value out of the house, and also make sure that buyers are buying a house that is structurally sound.
Right, so someone might hear there's a foundation issue and they pull their offer, or they pull their contract. So is this delaying purchases of homes, or are these generally things that can be fixed?
Well, we come in the middle of real estate transactions quite often. Either the buying realtor or the selling realtor reaches out to AFS, gets an appointment with us, and I come out to give generally an objective overview of what's happening in the house. And that's doing two things. It's making a buyer nervous, right? But it's also delaying a sale, which everybody wants the bidding war. Everybody wants the house that there's multiple offers on, and the quicker that you get a deal done, the more value that a seller is going to get out of the house. Right. These issues will delay the sale of a house and typically reduce value, and sometimes houses have to be pulled off the market and then put back on. So we can come out in the middle of a real estate deal and fix issues that are happening, but we much prefer that homeowners would call us actually before they list.
Well, let's tell us about that. How can we, if I'm thinking about selling my home, how do I get started to make sure we don't have these issues?
Yeah, if you are thinking of selling your home, even within the next year, it is advantageous for you to call AFS. What you would receive out of that is a free inspection and an objective overview of what's going on in the house, and we can alert you before you ever list it the types of issues that inspectors are going to find. Not maybe they'll find, but they will find. So you don't want to be stuck in a situation where an inspector has brought up some bad news and now you're in the middle of a deal that you want to go through when it could have been solved before you even listed.
And then you offer waterproofing services and foundation repair? Yeah,
so typically basements in this area, because of the soil and because they're undergrade and because of the terrain, a lot of basements in this area have waterproofing issues. Sometimes that is hidden by drywall or paneling that's on the wall. But if you have a basement and you're in Tennessee, it would be a good idea to get us out to see if water's coming through the foundation.
Well, thank you for coming on, John, and sharing your knowledge about this important stuff. Sounds like if someone's thinking to sell, then the next year they need to come in and make sure their basements and everything is out set up with their foundation and waterproofing. So sure. AFSrepair.com. You can call them at 407-863-9569 or head on over to Facebook, AFS Repair. Thank you again so much for coming on the show.
Yep, thanks so much.